Assalamualaikum and good evening to our beloved lecturer, the Azarizi bin Awang. We are from Group 2, would like to present our occupational safety and health plan under the industry of service and maintenance works. Okay, next slide. PE next. There are 7 sections in the occupational safety and health plans, which section 1 consists of policy or goal statement. Section 2, list of responsible person. Section 3, hazard identification. Section 4, hazard control and safe practice. Section 5, emergency and accident response. Section 6, employee training and communication. And last one is section 7, record keeping. Okay, next. Before we enter the first section, I will briefly introduce our group member, which is Muhammad Shafwan Shazwan bin Muhammad Hafiz, Arisha Najmi binti Omar, Siti Sarah binti Ibrahim, Nur Farihin binti Abdul Rahman, and lastly, me Nurul Sakina binti Naimuddin. Without wasting time, I will start with our company profile. Our company is named as Gemilang Maintenance Services Sdn Mahat and also known as Gemilang, was incorporated on 2nd January 2021 to undertake the award of the privatization of building maintenance support service for federal government building. We initially started as a comprehensive single source provider for government solution. Since then, we have been involved in other commercial facilities and institutions. Our main activities of the company is the provision of facility management services covering the entire or portion upkeep of a building. Our solutions span across products, services, applications, processes, and we strive to cover the entire maintenance needs of our focus markets. We also operate and maintain the service through in-house team or through licensed contract specialists as per specific requirement by client or government statutory bodies. We are on ISO company since July 2001. Okay, we start with first section, which is company policy. Our safety and health policy are to create strong safety and health management system. We protect employees and others from potentially hazardous job activities and procedure. We provide safe working environment and safe work methods that reduce the risk to safety, health and welfare. We provide the necessary information, teaching, training and monitoring. We ensure that all workers are informed of their own safety and health obligations. We conduct workplace inspection and audits to ensure that safety and health management systems are in good working order. We ensure that processes are in place and that safety and health objectives are met. We, pro- we provide employees with necessary personal protective equipment, PPE, and train them to use and care for it properly. And we strive to achieve the goal of zero accident and injuries. Okay, next. Managers, supervisors, and all other workers are all responsible for ensuring a safe and healthy workplace. Employees are expected to take part in safety and health program activities such as reporting hazard, unsafe work practices, and accidents to supervisor or a safety committee representative immediately, wearing PPE and participating and supporting safety committee activities. Supervisor must enforce corporate standards and ensure that employees follow the safe work practices. Management is responsible for the prevention of workplace injuries and disease. All employee proposals for making the workplace safe and healthier will be considered by management. Management will also be aware on workplace safety and health threats and will review the company's safety and health program on a regular basis. And lastly, supervisors are in charge of overseeing and teaching employees in safe work procedure. Okay, now we move on to section 2, List of responsible person. Okay, next. As shown at screen right now, on the left side, we have a table of list of responsible person. The servicer may from time to time designate the individuals who are authorized to act as a responsible person with respect to the servicer or maintenance. A total of 30 people are involved as a responsible person in our company. Not only that, our company also have safety committee members consisting of presidents, safety committee co-chairs, safety officer, subcommittee, and under subcommittee we have four departments, which is HR and admin department, operation department, maintenance department, and lastly is QA and QC department. I think that's all from me. I will hand over to my friend Shafran. Thank you.
Okay, now I will present for the section 3 and 4. Section 3 is hazard identification. Before I go through with the section 3, I will explain about what is hazard. Okay, hazard is any source of potential damage, harm, or adverse health effect on something or someone. Basically, a hazard is the potential for harm or an adverse effect. For example, to people as health effect, to organization as property or equipment loss, or to the environment. Okay, next slide. Hazard identification is a step in the process of determining whether a circumstance, material, or thing has the potential to cause harm. There are three processes for the hazard identification. First is to determine which danger and risk these factors are likely to cause harm, which is a hazard identification. Second is analyze and assess the risk that posed by the hazard. And lastly is to determine the best solution to eliminate the hazard or manage the risk if it can be avoided. Next slide. Hazard assessment, which failure to identify or acknowledge hazard that are present or could have been expected is one of the root cause of workplace injuries, illness, and event. A proactive continuing procedure to identify and assess such as dangers is a crucial component of any good safety and health program. Employee and workers must identify and analyze hazard in the following ways. First is to collect and analyze data on the hazard that exist or are anticipated to exist in the workplace. Second is perform initial and frequent workplace inspections to identify any new or reoccurring danger. Third, to determine the underlying dangers, their causes, and safety and health program flaws by investigating injuries, illness, accident, and close call or near miss. Next is to identify trends in injuries, illness, and risk reported by grouping comparable episodes together. And lastly, uh, next is consider the danger that come with emergency or out of the ordinary scenario. And lastly, to determine the severity and likelihood of event for each identified danger, then prioritize corrective measure based on this information. Next slide. Hazard in maintenance. Simply said, maintenance entails keeping the workplace, its structure, equipment, machine, furnishing, and facility in a good working order while ensuring that their condition does not deteriorate. Their sudden and unexpected breakdown can also be avoided with regular maintenance. There are two main types of maintenance that our company provide. First is preventive maintenance or proactive maintenance. Uh, there, for the preventive maintenance, which is to periodic check and repair. Second is corrective or reactive maintenance. To carry out unforeseen repairs on workplace facility or equipment after sudden breakage or failure. This is usually more hazardous than scheduled maintenance. Next slide. There are 7 types of hazard in maintenance that happen when performing the maintenance work. First is disturbing asbestos. Second, fall from height. Third, falls of heavy item. Next is slip and trip, strain and sprain, repetitive motion, and lastly, inhalation and skin contact. Next slide. Now we go through with the section 4 is hazard control and safe practice. Hazard control, effective control protect workers from workplace danger, aid in the prevention of accident, illness, and incident, reduce or eliminate safety and health risks, and assist employers in providing safe and healthy working conditions for their employees. What employers should do to effectively control and prevent hazard, employers should first is to involve workers who often have the best understanding of the condition that create hazard and insight into how they can be controlled. Second is identify and evaluate option for controlling hazard using a hierarchy control. Third, use a hazard control plan to guide the selection and implementation of control and implement controls according to the plan. Fourth is to develop plans with measure to protect workers during emergency and non-routine activities. Lastly, employers should evaluate the effectiveness of existing controls to determine whether they continue to provide protection or whether different controls may be more effective. Review new technologies for their potential to be more protective, more reliable, or less costly. Next. Okay. Our company implement the 6 action for the hazard control. Action 1 is identify control option. Employers should collect the workers' feedback and organize and review information with workers to establish what types of danger are present as well as which worker are exposed or could be exposed. Action 2 is select control measure. Employers should choose the measures that are the most practical, effective, and long-lasting. Consult with safety and health professionals such as safety officer or safety engineer. Action 3 is develop and update a hazard control plan. The selected control will be applied according to a hazard control plan. A good plan will start with the most critical threat. Although interim measure may be necessary, the ultimate goal is to provide effective long-term hazard control. Okay. Action 4 is select control to protect workers during non-routine operation and emergencies. Workers should be protected during non-routine activity and foreseeable emergencies according to the hazard control strategy. Okay. Action 5 is implement selected controls in the workplace. Hazard preventive and control method should be identified and implemented according to the hazard control plan. And lastly is action 6, follow up to confirm the control are effective. Next slide. There are five basic criteria for the safe maintenance that might help to reduce the danger to maintenance. First is planning. Maintenance must begin with meticulous planning. A risk assessment should be conducted and workers should be included in the process. Second is creating a safe workplace. The workspace must be guarded by limiting unwanted access. Power must be turned off. Moving elements of machinery must be secure. temporary ventilation must be constructed. Set 3 is use of the proper equipment. Workers performing maintenance jobs should have the proper tools and equipment, which may differ from what they are used to. Fourth is working as planned. Workers and supervisors must be informed of and understand safe work procedures, which must then be followed appropriately. Work, work should be supervised to ensure that the agreed upon safe work system and job site standard are followed. And lastly is to double check everything. Check, check should be performed at the end of the maintenance process to ensure that the task has been finished, that the machine under maintenance is safe, and that all waste material generated during the maintenance process has been cleaned away. Sorry. Okay, that's all for me. I will pass to my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Greeting to everyone. My name is Arisha Najmi. I would like to give an overview of emergency and accident response. Every company has instructed by the government to set up a special plan for emergency and accident response. For your information, our company, which is a Gembira Maintenance Services, actually had set up our emergency and accident response plan. Our emergency and accident plan has been established from 10 years ago. This plan, our company did review annually and update if necessary. The objective of our organization establish an emergency and accident response plan is for firstly to prevent death and injury, secondly to review damage to buildings, stocks or equipment, thirdly is protect the environment and society, lastly does not delay the absorption of normal operation. If you look at the screen now, you will see the figure it shows an organizational structure of our company. This organizational structure team will be implemented to respond to any incidents safely, quickly, efficiently, and effectively. The organizational sorry, the organizational structure is broken down into the following teams, which is start with emergency response team (ERT), incident management team (IMT), mobile incident management team (MIMT), incident support team (IST), and lastly is crisis management team (CMT). Next slide. As you can see, there is a poster named as Emergency Contact Information. For information, our company Gemilang Maintenance Services was located near to Taman Melawati, Kuala Lumpur. Therefore, our company listed down the contact information of the nearest police station, fire station, hospital or clinic or other agencies. This poster was made up to make it easier to employer or employees to refer the contact information quickly if disaster strike. So that is all from me. Thank you for your attention. Now I will hand over to the net presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Arisha. I will continue the presentation with section 6, which is employee training and communication. There are various reasons why employee training is important. Training helps employees to understand the various hazards related to their jobs and give them the tools they needed to safeguard against those hazards. Training also applicable to company leaders on multiple levels as well. In addition to show them how to work safely, participating in safety training allows them to better relate to their employees. Next slide. These are the employee maintenance and service work training in our company, which is basic electronics and electricity course, system troubleshooting training, electrical troubleshooting training, electrical safety and protection training, general pest management course, landscaping maintenance training, wastewater treatment processes training, floors and floor care equipment training, and lastly is cleaning chemicals training. Okay, next is employee communication training. Communication training is important as it could help foster mutual understanding and maintain peace and harmony at work. It also aims to enhance performance at work as it enhances confidence. Good communication skill can facilitate leadership. Leaders are able to interact well with employees, guide them and inspire them, and also able to carry out their leadership functions effectively. There are few employee communication training in our company. The first one is improving communication skills. Second one is teamwork skills, communicating effectively in groups. The third one is communication skills training course, and lastly is leading with effective communication, inclusive leadership training. That's all from me. I will pass the presentation to my group member.
Okay, thank you to Sarah. Okay, now I will presenting about section 7 is record keeping. So as you can see, record keeping is important to have record keeping for keeping equipment or system at the optimal working condition to minimize the risk of having unscheduled downtime when doing work or any project. There are also has various manual like filing cabinets, and we also use electronic such as computer and online system ways to record all the maintenance project to store and retrieve the information. So format. So the type of maintenance record we have 7. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So the first one is vendor service work order. So there is a document that describes in detail that work between a customer and contractor. So yeah, it's the bridge between a customer's needs and the work they want to have done to get them from where they are to where they want to be. So the second one is history sheet. History sheet is the asset history, the most important in our company and most comprehensive report for the year and closing or for an interim financial statement, as well as with all other lists. It can be set up with any sort of version and total on any group level. So the third one is activity file. The activity file is process concerned with maintaining file integrity and file efficiency, usually of data file. It is concerned with the internal organization of file, and it is not concerned with changing value within a file, although the term is sometimes to include such uh, activities. So next one is maintenance equipment log. So the maintenance equipment log, this is any process used to keep a business equipment in reliable working order. It may include routine upkeep as well as corrective repair work. So the equipment log is include all the mechanical asset, tools, heavy off-road vehicles, and computer system. So the next one is a list of equipment for services. This the list of the tools are used to do the work done for any services. And the next one is a spare procurement register. That is the core of the new process is a comprehensive concept of notification which automatically inform that replace manager if the order process has
hit a snag at any point. So the next one is defect register. Defect register is a defect tracking tool is used, and the elements of defect report can vary from one tool to the other. However, in general, a defect report can consist of the following elements. So the last one is for the record keeping is a job card, which is a work order. So the supervisor is for the supervisor is responsible for initiating order, and remaining section of the order are completed by the maintenance supervisor. And it also must be performing work by work and must be returned the complete job. And the last one, if not exception is noted, the supervisor's signature certificate that he is satisfied with the work and perform as per given instruction or work order. So uh, next, this is the form for work order. Example for our company, form for work order, and history sheet form. Next one is equipment maintenance log. This is the form. Next one is a defect register. This is the list of tools that for repair and maintenance services. And the last one is spare. This form is for spare procurement register and job card. That's all from me. And thank you.